breaking news: the Olympics are happening. Sure, not really my thing, truthfully. But you know whose thing it is? Snoop Lion previously, was shown to be carrying the torch for part of the way for the opening ceremony, which is just in itself newsworthy. Just Snoop Dogg is not the person I would expect to be doing that task, but Snoop Dogg also, I think, says yes to everything. Like this guy's been in movies. He's doing a lot of just different things in his life. So I'm not that surprised that he's out there doing this. And it's made for some very funny memes and edits of various things that Torch has been turned into, if you know what I mean. So yeah, great time, great little piece of news in the Olympics. If that's your thing, have fun with that. But yeah, that's my news for this week.
Hey, did you know Pharrell was also part of that? It wasn't just Snoop; it was Snoop and Pharrell. Yeah, that brought the news to. I mean, brought the torch to the end. So it was both of them. And what I thought was funny, the other thing about Snoop carrying the torch or whatever, I thought he was wearing Trump sneakers. I don't know if you guys saw his sneakers; they were gold. So I was like, is he wearing the Trump? Whatever the Trump 2025 or whatever. But they were not Trump shoes. They were actually Skechers shoes. Snoop is endorsed by Skechers, and he's been
Okay.
traveling the world promoting Skechers. And so these Skechers that he wore on that last leg of the torch carrying task that he had, there were Skechers shoes. They were gold Skechers shoes, snakeskin, not the Trump shoes. But I thought that was interesting.
Oh my God, this wasn't my news story, but unrelated, but totally related since you brought that up. Sway Lee, I didn't know he was wearing Trump shoes. That makes it even funnier and crazier. He tweeted last night. He said, all caps, do your research before you vote for Kamala Harris. And I think myself and a couple others were kind of looking at Sway Lee like, since when were you a political scientist and you knew all about researching your vote and all this stuff like Sway Lee coming out of the woodworks, talking about political issues? I don't know, man. You were like when he came on the scene, I wasn't looking at him for his intellectual raps or bars. No Flex Zone didn't go on to inspire my philosophy on anything. So it was just a little bit weird to see him pop out of the woodwork talking about do some research, bro. Like Sway Lee probably needs to go read a book. So I'm gonna let him hold those Trump shoes. He's obviously done some research of his own if he wants to be rocking those.
Well, I mean, I think I saw a lot of memes regarding what he said, and they're like, "Yes, do your research because it can go both
Yes,
ways." And definitely, I would encourage everyone out there that's going to vote to do your homework, make
that is true.
your own educated decision on what you believe is best for you. I know we have our thoughts and ideas, but we encourage you guys to do the same and make your own educated guess or decision.
It was just pretty. It was pretty funny coming from him. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was pretty funny coming from him of all people.
And don't forget Kodak Black. He loved him some Trump.
Yeah, we don't vote Kodak back here. I think for a number of reasons.
I
Ah,
feel like Kodak Black being a Trump supporter is kind of just like, yeah, that sounds about right. That's about right for what I'd expect. That sounds about what I think Kodak Black is all about. I can see that.
Not to relitigate this whole thing, but I'm shocked that Drake didn't bring up Kendrick's like breaking Kodak Black on his album recently. Like I feel like that would have been a great point to kind of attack Kendrick's credibility as this like conscious rapper, being like, okay, how you talk all this shit, name of all people, spitting bars in your album about masculinity and all this stuff, and Drake didn't do any of that. Drake just kind of made shit up apparently.
you brought up Drake. I'll go into my news article of the week that kind of plays into Drake. I find it funny that Drake was booed in his own state, country, city, whatever you want to call it, at a Limp Bizkit concert. So I guess he was in attendance, even though there's no real pictures of him at the concert. So I don't know if this was if this is authentic and that he was actually really there. But the front runner, the front performer of Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst, was like, "Hey, Drake's in the crowd or whatever," and the crowd actually started booing. So I was like, damn, can Drake just have a worse summer right now? Because that was, like in his own city. I mean, I get it if he was like
Yeah,
in LA, but if you're in the six or whatever and you're getting booed by the crowd that's there, I find it interesting. But
if you're
on the
in the
same
six. Yeah.
at, at the same time, though, I don't know if Limp Bizkit fans are the same fans that listen to Drake. So
That's fair. That's a
I
good
kind
point.
of take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if it was to get like just put some publicity out of it or whatnot, but just the fact that they did boo is a in itself a topic. And then
So,
additionally, go ahead.
oh, I was reading about that, and I saw someone mention that they do this kind of bit at shows often, where they'll say like, "Oh, we have this celebrity back here. You know, cheer if you want them to come out." But I think normally they cheer, and this time they booed because it was Drake. So like, I don't think Drake was there. It was a bit, but it was a bit that looked bad for Drake. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
In the
I'm not.
six, I don't know, in the six, because I mean Rick Ross got his ass beat in the six. Additionally, still on the Drake topic, Drake was actually dissed by Soldier Boy in the last like 48 hours. And the reason being, Soldier Boy felt that on some unreleased track that's floating around on the internet, Super Soak with Little Yachty, that's the unreleased track that's floating around on the internet or whatever. I guess there's some kind of subliminal diss at Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy was like, "Look, I'm not gonna play that. If you want to talk shit, then let's just do it. I'm not gonna tolerate you, disrespecting me." So I just find it funny that Drake is just kind of catching it from all ends. He's catching it from Limp Bizkit. He's
Yeah, yeah,
catching it
yeah.
from Soldier Boy. You know what I mean? So hey, Drake just needs to kind of like go somewhere. Oh, and then he dropped a single. He was on some other bangy single. I
He
sent you guys a
was. He
picture.
was.
I'm like, dude, is like, when is he gonna respond to the all the shit he was talking on all these records? Family Matters, Push Up,
What's
Tailor Made, or whatever.
what's there
And
to respond to? He's cooked. He's done.
Oh my gosh.
What's he gonna say? Like, that's
well,
not
hey,
true.
the last thing he said on Tailor Made was, "I'm going on vacation." No, was it? What was it? Whatever
With
the last
The
song
hard
he
part.
did.
The hard part
the,
6.
the hard
Yeah,
part
Hard
six.
Part Six. I'm
The
going on
worst song
vacation
of the
now.
entire beef.
So I'm going on vacation now,
That
so you
was the
guys
worst
can
song of
figure
the
it out.
entire beat.
And instead he's making songs with Camilo Cabello, with whoever this other person is, and
Yeah.
Delilah. So I don't know. But anyway, enough about Drake. Let's move on to the next news article of this
Yeah, fuck
episode.
Drake.
Um. Talking about another Canadian artist who got in some trouble. Tory Lanez dropped an album, an EP this week, and he dropped it out of prison. And the only thing that I felt was notable that I would heard and I put on the album and listened to it a little bit. Um, the audio quality, despite being in prison, was really clear. And he was tweeting about it. That was like the whole key to his rollout was that the album quality of my prison album was going to be super clear. We don't know what it is yet. We don't know how he did it. I'm sure it will come out eventually how he made his album sound so clear despite recording in a jail cell. But he did it. So shout out Tory Lanez. If you want to hear for yourself, go give it a listen. But feel free to turn it off after the first couple tracks.
I am curious, like you said, about how we got the quality to be still good. Because like that maybe that method could be spread around to other people so we can get some more high quality. Because like I feel like historically it's been hard to get like a quality from recording out of prison for just like different songs and stuff.
But also at the same time, which artist in prison are you trying to get a clear sounding album from?
That's true. You know what? That's true. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, I don't know which artist who went to prison. I'm over here.
Hey, Suge Knight, can we get Suge Knight to drop an album?
didn't Suge Knight kill somebody like twice?
Yes, he did.
That's why he's in prison.
Well, yeah.
So, but wait, my question was going to be, I didn't know, hey, Tory Lanez was from Canada, number
Yes.
one. So, but he's serving time in L.A., right? Isn't he serving time in L.A.?
Yes,
County?
because he shot her in the foot in California.
Okay, got it.
Yes, that's the
Um,
restriction.
Yes, and it wasn't even like Megan versus Tory Lanez. It was like the state of California versus Tory Lanez.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
because he shot somebody, and that's like illegal.
Vinyl
Peace.
thoughts. Vinyl thoughts. There's no vinyl thoughts jingle, man.
Oh man. All right.